When me and Darren was told that he'd got a grade 2 brain tumour, I felt like the world was going to fall apart. It was the first time at New Year that we'd never spent it as together as a family, and we got told at 4 o'clock New Year's Eve the year. Um, I didn't know who to turn to, what was going to happen, what the outcome of the brain tumour was going to be, and how I would support the children if anything happened to him. We eventually went round to my older son's friends round the corner, and I didn't really want to go, but he wanted to go round, so we went round for a bit, and I spoke to them, and obviously I broke down to them, and then they came and fetched Darren, and then we just came back home, and we just took it from that day on.
It was a grade 2 glioma, but it wasn't sure at the time, so the decision was taken to ask me if I would have a biopsy. Obviously, to have surgery to find out if it was at cancer stage at that time. So that's when the decision was taken to say yes. I wanted to know if it was cancerous. It's a grade 3 astrotoma now, which is cancerous, which is very fast growing. I've had two lots of surgery, which is what they call debulks, to take so much away, to try and keep it at bay, so to stop it spreading, but they can't remove it all because of where it is.
We were told it had gone on to a grade 3 astrotoma, and obviously they just said to us that it's because it's a grade 3, they class it as more aggressive, because a grade 1 and a 2 is classed as a low grade, and a 3 and a 4 is classed as a high grade.
At first, not a great difference, because I thought I'm going to be fine. It's going to be okay after having chemotherapy and radiotherapy. But when we was getting the results back, and then when I was told that it was starting to grow again, then that's when it really hit me hard. And not knowing from month to month if it was growing inside, it was very frightening.
It's changed quite a lot because Darren's been more positive towards life and said that nothing's going to stop him from doing what he wants to do. He tries to do as much as he can, if we, under the circumstances and stuff. It just like it seemed to be quite close when we were first told what he'd got, and we're sent to be like more positive family and stuff, do more together as a family.
I think they get very scared because they don't know what's going to happen next. At first, because my children were very young at first, they didn't realise what was happening. And so when I first got diagnosed, but now they've got older, I think they've realised that it's serious.
I didn't really feel much because when it was all going through it, I was young, so I just thought it was like an illness, like a cold or something. But then when I found out what it actually was, and when he had to go into surgery, it was like hell, in a way.
My wife takes it from day to day. I think she never knows what, because obviously medication affects me in so many different ways, and obviously with changes in my lifestyle, it's really affected me badly.
I don't think they really understand the full circumstances because we didn't really go into as much detail as possible. We just said that your dad was poorly, got to go and have an operation on his brain, and we just left it quite simple because they was both young.
Because I didn't really understand it properly, but when I did understand it, it was like it killed me for quite a bit, to be honest. It actually did. Like, I remember going through a proper hard time with it.
I get very good support from my wife. I go to a support group once a month, every 3 weeks, which is Nottingham Cancer Support and Carers Group. I've been going this about 4 months after I got diagnosed with brain tumour because I was struggling with it. And then I go to Haywood House every week, which is a cancer centre. They give good advice to get therapy as well and counselling, because I got to a stage where I just couldn't cope. So many things happened, and I knew that I got depression. I knew I had, because of all the changes. I was used to getting up for work. I'd worked all my life from being 13, and then not to work is a massive thing in your life.
I would have been 11. That's when I first realised what it all was and how serious it was. And that was the first time you went for proper surgery. So that's when I really knew what was going on.
I do a car boot with my wife, and I help my friend with his auction. I go and do his booking in for him. I enjoy doing that. But it's not the same as having a job. I feel like I'm a dolly waller. Yeah. It's not the same as getting up in the morning and put my shirt and tie on. So as I say, I've always been to work, and it's a massive difference not going to work in the morning.
Not so much since he's been diagnosed with the grade 3, because obviously it's affecting his life more. It's affecting more of the way he is, because obviously it can give you mood swings, and obviously he's in a lot more pain because he gets pain down his left side, which is due to the tumour, and it's just, we try to do life as best as we can, but it does affect you.
It's just like waiting for something else to happen. Like, it's always waiting for something else. But you learn to appreciate time a lot better. It helps you realise how much family and friends mean to you as well, because they're the people that are always there to help you get over it and stuff like that, and keep you off a negative vibe, really. Just keep on a positive emotion, instead of thinking in your head like what's going to happen next, like what's next to come.
Well, I don't think it has, but I think Darren thinks it has, because I think he thinks that I don't love and care for him as much as I used to, but I do. I says it's just that it's a bit hard the way things are with him. I don't want him to feel like as if it's his fault all the time if anything happens and stuff.
Before I went to the counselling, would it just be easier to take all these tablets and just get it over and done with? Because it's not a life, is it just a bloody existence? This has changed my life, because I used to love going to work, and I miss work terribly. And it has made major changes in my life, and it has caused me to like my body to change, and my attitude in life to change. And I miss my friends that I used to work with, even though I'm still in contact with some of them.
Happy that he's still here early, because like everything he's been through, I would have been surprised if he would have made it, and yet he has.